The world spins, empires rise, and a lone ship braves the unforgiving sea. A vast empire, where the sun's golden touch never fades. John Cabot's ship cuts through the waves, a tiny speck against the ocean's immensity. Sails billow, catching the fierce Atlantic winds, driving the ship further into the unknown. The ship presses on, a symbol of ambition against the relentless sea. Each wave a challenge, each horizon a promise. The Newfoundland coast in 1497. A land shrouded in mist and mystery, where the promise of new beginnings meets the stark reality of an unforgiving wilderness. Weary and resolute, John Cabot and his crew disembark onto the desolate shore, their hopes weighed against the heavy stench of fish. In a bold declaration of possession, Cabot plants the English flag into the rugged terrain, defying the harshness of the land. The emblem of Henry VII snaps in the wind, a symbol of ambition fluttering against the backdrop of an untouched world. The crew stand tall, hope and weariness battling within them. In the nascent Jamestown settlement, settlers navigate the muddy terrain, their gaunt figures and tattered clothes painting a stark picture of survival against all odds. Amidst the struggle, crude shelters rise slowly, juxtaposed against the grim reminders of death's skeletal remains and unmarked graves under the relentless sun. The early days of Jamestown were a brutal dance with death. The narration begins, setting a grim tone. Disease, starvation, and relentless attacks whittled away at the colonists. Hope dwindled with each passing sunrise, replaced by a gnawing desperation that drove them to the unthinkable. The Jamestown trading post buzzes with life, settlers and Native Americans mingling in a dance of commerce and survival. Bundles of tobacco pass between hands, each exchange a silent promise of prosperity. The air is thick with the intoxicating scent of tobacco smoke, a fragrant haze that veils the rough-hewn timbers of the trading post. Tobacco, a bewitching weed, had become the lifeblood of Jamestown, bringing unprecedented wealth to the struggling colony. Under the scorching Caribbean sun, enslaved Africans toil relentlessly, their sweat mingling with the earth. Overseers, clad in stark white, survey the fields, their whips symbols of absolute power. The air vibrates with the sharp crack of whips, a constant reminder of their bondage and despair. The narrator's voice rises, echoing the cruel irony. This land, now lush and bountiful, was built upon the backs of the enslaved. Their suffering fueled the empire, their blood watered the fields of green. The mournful cries of the workers blend with the buzzing of insects, a symphony of sorrow. Inside the East India Company headquarters, sunlight pierces through tall windows, illuminating a scene of calculated greed and ambition. Stern-faced military officers lean over meticulously detailed maps of India, their expressions betraying a hunger for conquest. The air is thick with unspoken desires as dust motes dance in the golden light, bearing witness to the birth of an empire. The East India Company, the ultimate corporate villain. The narrator's words hang in the air, branding the company as the harbinger of a dark legacy. The camera focuses on the maps, each line a testament to a future paved with exploitation and conflict. On the vast field of Plassey, chaos reigns as British redcoats clash with the Nawab's forces amidst smoke and cries. Cannons roar and muskets crackle, turning the air thick with smoke and the screams of the dying. From a slight rise, Robert Clive watches the carnage, his gaze stern and calculating. Clive masterfully combined the gleam of gold with the bite of bullets, turning treachery into triumph. Under the inky sky of 1773, Boston Harbor becomes the stage for rebellion as colonists, disguised as Native Americans, stealthily approach. Silently, chests of tea plummet into the dark abyss, each splash a symbol of defiance against the crown. On the shores, a growing crowd watches, their faces illuminated by the flickering torchlight, their hearts ablaze with anticipation. The narrator's cry echoes through the colonies. No taxation without representation. Within the hallowed halls of British Parliament, a storm of debate rages among politicians. Their faces, masks of anger and frustration, reveal the deep divisions tearing through the empire. The air crackles with palpable tension as they confront the implications of the American colony's rebellion. A voice echoes through the chamber. Is this the end of the empire? Against the vibrant turquoise of the sea, Captain James Cook's ship arrives, a symbol of stark intrusion. Gangplanks extend towards the shore, a bridge to a new, uncertain world. Convicts, faces etched with despair, shuffle down, each step heavy with the weight of exile. The harsh Australian sun beats down, an unforgiving welcome to this unfamiliar land, a new colony, a dumping ground for Britain's unwanted, a land of opportunity for some, a sentence of exile for others. The convicts stand on the shore, their silhouettes stark against the vast, unknown landscape. Inside the British factory, a symphony of machinery roars to life, pistons pumping and gears grinding in perfect chaos. The factory floor vibrates with ceaseless energy, a testament to the raw, untamed power of the Industrial Revolution. Outside, steamships slice through the waves, their smokestacks belching plumes of coal smoke that darken the sky. The narrator declares, "Britain, the workshop of the world, forging a new era in the crucible of the Industrial Revolution." The scene embodies the relentless drive of industry, a world transformed by the crucible of innovation and ambition. In the heart of Africa, European powers converge, their ambitions as vast as the continent itself. They carve up Africa with ruthless precision, pens and rulers their weapons of conquest. Amidst the frenzy, young Cecil Rhodes watches with burning intensity, envisioning a British empire stretching across Africa. This was the scramble for Africa. In the heart of Buckingham Palace, Queen Victoria sits regally upon her throne, a symbol of immense power and authority. The opulent hall buzzes with courtiers, their elaborate attire a vibrant display of the British Empire's grandeur. At its zenith, the British Empire reigns supreme, the narrator proclaims. Queen Victoria, a venerable figure, embodies the strength and reach of the empire. Queen Victoria, by the grace of God, rules over 458 million souls. The scene encapsulates the unquestionable power and influence of the British Empire under her reign. The year is 1916. Trenches scar the earth, a brutal testament to the Great War. From distant lands, sons of the Empire converge in a maelstrom of mud and blood. Explosions tear through the air, each blast a thunderous reminder of duty and sacrifice. The narrator's voice echoes, "They came from distant lands, for a cause they perhaps did not fully understand." Their courage, a flickering flame in the darkness, illuminates the complex bonds of empire. In the heart of the trenches, their sacrifice becomes a timeless echo through history. Beneath the relentless Indian sun, a landscape of stark beauty unfolds. Gandhi, a beacon of resolve, leads a silent march, his simple attire a stark contrast to the simmering defiance. A sea of Indian faces, united in purpose, follows, their quiet determination a force that threatens to shatter empires. The power of non-violence, a force more potent than any weapon, begins to shake the foundations of empires. The year is 1942. The British war room buzzes with strategic tension as the narrator sets the stage. World War II, the knockout punch to the empire. Winston Churchill, a figure of unwavering resolve, stands firmly at the head of the table, his stern features illuminated by the light. With forceful gestures, Churchill ignites the room with defiance. His voice booms with determination, echoing through the chamber. "We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender." Behind Churchill, the maps vividly display the relentless advance of Japanese forces across Asia, a stark reminder of the dire situation. The officers, their faces etched with gravity, absorb Churchill's words, preparing for the battles ahead. Singapore, 1942. Japanese flags snap violently in the wind, replacing the proud Union Jack. British troops, their faces masks of defeat, lay down their arms in utter surrender. The oppressive air is thick with humiliation, the weight of a fallen empire. A voice whispers with finality, "That's the end of the British Empire." Under the cloak of night, the Indian flag ascends, unfurling towards the heavens. A sea of faces, illuminated by hope, erupts in jubilant cheers, celebrating the dawn of freedom. In the hush of midnight, a voice whispers. Midnight's children cheered. The night sky explodes with light as fireworks paint streaks of hope across the darkness. In Ghana, 1957, Kwame Nkrumah stands firm, a symbol of hope for a nation on the brink of independence. The atmosphere vibrates with anticipation as crowds gather, their faces aglow with the promise of liberation. A surge of euphoria sweeps through the multitude as Ghana achieves its long-awaited independence. The narrator's voice echoes, encapsulating the historical moment. The wind of change is blowing. Under the relentless Kenyan sun, dust devils mirror the chaos of a landscape torn by conflict. Mau Mau rebels, faces painted with defiance, engage in a brutal firefight against the encroaching British forces. Amidst the crackle of gunfire and the acrid scent of gunpowder, khaki-clad British soldiers advance, their resolve unwavering. Explosions punctuate the landscape as the narrator declares, "Freedom wasn't given, it was taken." Under a deluge of rain, Hong Kong bids farewell to an era. The British flag, soaked in heavy, descends with agonizing slowness. A lone governor stands witness, tears mingling with the downpour. The gray sky mirrors the profound sorrow of a nation's transition. After 400 years, the sun finally set. The rain continues to fall, a relentless curtain over a pivotal moment in history. London's grand buildings loom, monuments to an empire's vanished grandeur. The city unfolds, a panorama of contrasts where affluence and poverty collide. London, a city of dreams and shadows, carries the weight of its imperial past. Its legacy echoes through the streets, a constant reminder of triumphs and tragedies. Under the vast Indian sky, a weathered statue of Gandhi watches over the bustling square. People move through the square, their faces marked by reverence and remembrance. Some pause, heads bowed in silent tribute, their shadows lengthening in the afternoon sun. Narrator's voice echoes through the square. Gandhi's philosophy of nonviolent resistance became the cornerstone that eventually led to the empire's downfall. The statue stands as a testament to the enduring power of nonviolent resistance. Sunlight bathes the cozy room as an Indian grandmother begins to speak, her face a map of time and wisdom. She recounts tales of her grandfather's valor, each word painting vivid scenes of the independence movement. Elsewhere, a Jamaican artist stands amidst a riot of color, each canvas a vibrant echo of her heritage. Her brushstrokes are deliberate, each one a homage to her ancestors, culture, and unyielding identity. Narrator. These personal stories, seemingly disparate, are interwoven with the grand tapestry of the empire's history. They are the threads that connect us to the past, reminding us of the struggles, the triumphs, and the enduring spirit of humanity. Under the vast sky, children from every corner of the globe converge, their youthful faces alight with uncontainable joy. Bathed in the sun's golden embrace, their laughter echoes, weaving a symphony of unity across the earth. Their collective hope paints a future where the echoes of empires fade, replaced by a world where every soul flourishes. The narrator's voice resonates with wisdom. We have learned from the rise and fall of empires. Now, we must build a world where no one needs an empire to thrive.